YouTube, we got a great Between the Pond today. We're talking to a woman who got mega scammed. We're discussing a complicated figure of history, and then there's a coin innovator stopping by before we get to the Q&A, who's got a really unique way of selling coins. So stick around for a great video on Pond Man's channel. All right, so I'm buying this for $20 just to make a video. It's probably about what it's worth. This is a Charles Lindbergh completing the Lindbergh circle, and I'm only buying this just, like I said, to make a video and educate you guys about it, because it's, especially being in Minnesota, it is worth talking about Charles Lindbergh and why I think he's a bastard. So who was Charles Lindbergh? He was an American aviator, innovator, and military officer known for his pioneering flight across the Atlantic Ocean in 1927. In fact, here in Minnesota, our airport is named after him, the Charles Lindbergh Terminal. He was born February 4th, 1902 in Detroit, Michigan, and he grew up in Little Falls, Minnesota. His father was a U.S. congressman and his mother was a school teacher. He briefly studied mechanical engineering at the University of Wisconsin in Madison, but then he left to go pursue flying. He had an interest in aviation from the time that he was young. He joined the U.S. Army Flight School in 1924. He was an airmailer and barnstormer until he gained his fame shortly thereafter. His fame came in 1927, May 20th to 21st. I'm sure you've heard of the Spirit of St. Louis. That was when he flew from New York to Paris. The Spirit of St. Louis was custom built for his journey. It took 33 and a half hours, and he was awarded a $25,000 prize. 450 grand today, quite a lot of money. After he got back, he got a parade in New York City. He gained instant international fame. He was also awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross Award. But then tragedy would strike in 1932 with, I'm sure you've heard of this, the kidnapping of the Lindbergh baby. The Lindberghs, because he got married at this point, the Lindbergh's baby, Charles Jr., was kidnapped in 1932. They paid the $50,000 ransom, and then they found the kid dead. He had died to a fatal blow to the head. So these kidnappers got their money, and then they just murdered this baby, which is terrible. Bruno Hauptmann, a German immigrant, was arrested for the crime in 1934, and he was sentenced to death and executed 2 years later. There are a lot of controversies that he was not the killer. That's not what we're talking about here. What we are talking about here, where this gets interesting, is the America First movement, and we have talked about this before. The America First movement was actually it was a Nazi ploy to keep America out of World War II so that the Germans could take Europe and then they could take the rest of the world. They wouldn't have America stopping them. Lindbergh became an outspoken isolationist, and he praised Nazi Germany. In fact, in 1938, he accepted a medal from Nazi Germany. And this is viewed by many, including myself, as an endorsement. He made lots of controversial remarks talking about the need to protect Western civilization and protect the whites from the Jews, and to protect American influence from Jewish influence, a lot of really racist stuff. After the attacks on Pearl Harbor, the America First stance was seen as largely unpatriotic. It immediately fell out of public favor because there was a rallying cry to go to war after the attack. After the war, he tried to do a bunch of philanthropic and just good things for science. He served on the board of the World Wildlife Fund. He did quite a lot to pioneer more in the field of aeronautics, of air travel, of science, technology. He had 6 children ultimately with his wife, but then in 2003 it came out that he had a secret family. I'm not kidding. He had 7 secret kids with 3 different women in Germany and Switzerland. And he did this at the end of his life when he was a lot older. In 1954, he received the Pulitzer for his book, an autobiography, The Spirit of St. Louis. Of course, he named it that. And there's been a lot of effort to rehabilitate his image, his legacy, just because the whole Nazi Germany thing really stank. He died of lymphoma on August 26, 1974. And the secret family thing, like I said, it wasn't revealed until 2003. Now, what we have here, this is an airmail stamp, the Lindbergh Circle. What is the Lindbergh Circle? This was a network of individuals and groups that shared the American isolationism stance. It's not an official group, even though it looks like it's being commemorated as one. It's what people called people in his headspace that were about American isolationism during World War II. But what we have here is a very distinct time period in history where, had history gone a different way, things would be very different. Had America never entered World War II, or had they waited longer, there's a really good chance that the Axis powers would have won. Man in the High Castle is a terrible ending, but one of my favorite shows, and I love alternate histories and exploring the concepts of alternate histories just because it's so... Had history gone one way or another ever so slightly, things would be radically different. And had this group been successful in keeping America out of the war, we might all not be speaking English anymore, and I sure as shit wouldn't be here. So, interesting to think about. Now, Charles Lindbergh, where the controversy for me is, I see this guy as kind of a bastard, and yeah, he was a product of the times, but there's a lot of controversy about how much influence did Germany have on him? How much were they pushing to keep him acting as a knowing or unknowing, basically agent for the Reich to keep America out of the war, to help Germany win and ultimately conquer America. I don't really think you can come back from something like that. I think you're not a patriot in any way, shape, or form. And doesn't matter if you've done something innovative, you're a piece of shit through and through. Yeah, that is Charles Lindbergh, the complicated man for you. Well, we have a treat here. A customer just walked in, said they follow me, and then they said that they sell coins too on TikTok, which is something that I had experience with, but then it didn't work out. And I actually have a few questions because to make this work is cool. I want to support this business and I want you guys to know about it. It's an alternate to buying coins digitally or a digital kind of auction. So this is the account. And how long have you been doing this?
I've been on TikTok for about 2 years, 2.5 years.
What was the first really big video? I'm looking at popular here.
That one right there.
That Franklin?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
How often are you featuring products versus how often are you featuring knowledge?
Most of my videos are just of fun coins that I sell or in my collection or that I see. Everything that I post is something that I have owned at one point or currently own. And I used to do more educational videos, and I found out that trying to post stuff about knowledge, maybe 1 in 50 videos will actually get out there on the For You page and get passed.
Welcome to the stupid of the internet, man.
So I decided a lot of my videos, I try and do editing, funny, something or other, or post something super unique or rare in my collection. Mm-hmm. And then it usually goes where it needs to on the coin family TikTok.
I don't think I've ever had a coin video get more than 100,000 views. What sucks, it's a fascinating subject. I try to tie other stuff into it with history, but it's tough. When was your first auction?
I started doing auctions on my very first live.
Okay.
And I just do them on live. They last a few minutes, and
You'd say you got your formula down now doing this. How many coins would you say you've sold? Or are you shipping out every day?
Oof, no, I ship out once a week. I sell Wednesday through Saturday, and then I take Sunday off, and I package up Monday, ship out Tuesday, back live Wednesday.
You're the one-man show.
Yep.
May I ask roughly where you acquire the coins? You just go shop to shop?
Shop to shop. I have some customers that sell me their coins.
How many people attend your auctions?
My lives have anywhere from 20 to 60 people in them.
That's good. That's about what I get on Whatnot.
Yeah, but it's a nice trusted circle. 20 to 30 of them are always going to be just a nice trusted lot that I've had around, people that have been customers for years. And I love getting new customers, but I always show love to my long-term customers that have been buying every week for 2 years.
This is my most prudent question because I attempted to do this and I got one auction was so spectacular. Then we did another night. It went almost as well. Then we did another night and it got completely trolled and I couldn't enforce bids and it just was this huge waste of time. It was so frustrating. I just thought, I can't enforce this. How do you? Just through loyal customers and
through loyal customers. I do a lot of buy it nows too. I'll have a slab box out and I'll have a little sticky note on each one with the price on it, and I'll flip it hey, here's the price, here's what gray sheet, here's red book, here's my price. But yeah, and then I have my Venmo and stuff linked in my profile. If you scroll up, you can see there. It's all for new people when they first come in. If you're bid, you can bid on whatever you want, new people too. But if you're in for your very first auction, your very first buy it now, whatever your first purchase is, you need to go pay for it immediately. I don't personally share my stuff out, and I ask my people not to just share it out with random people. I always just tell them, share it out with the people you know, share it out with the coin family, share it out with people you know that like collecting coins, like to do this, instead of just sharing it and telling people to share it out to everybody and anybody. That helps just get other people in that really enjoy it and have a good time with it, and it ends up being a really good time after a while because we'll have a lot of people that know each other and have banter back and forth and in the comments, and it's really fun.
Yeah, a lot of my community too. They come to my auctions and they chat amongst each other. It's kind of cool to see you're building a community. All right, let's take a look and see what we got. Let's see, and what can you tell me about this?
I melted all my jewelry that I had over the years.
Sure.
And this is pure gold.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to just take this on the granite block right here. I'm going to rub it. I'm going to just make a little mark. It won't damage it. And I'm going to put acid on it. And And I'm actually gonna grab a higher kind of nitric acid. This is for 14. If you said it's pure, I'm gonna grab something higher. So I'll take 22.
What does it do?
Oh, well, if it's not real, it'll turn a funky color or it will just disappear. So you made this yourself, you said?
No, I didn't make it myself. I got it made from the jeweler.
Okay, so that's starting to disappear now. Now, they quoted you, they said it was pure when they made it for you?
Yeah.
Okay, I think they lied to you. So if that was pure, that wouldn't disappear. And that's 22, and you said it's 24, so that shouldn't happen. So we'll try it with 18.
This is 18?
Well, it's not, it sure isn't 22. So let's try that 18.
It has a stamp, yeah?
Right, like it might have a stamp, but, you know, where did you have it made? Was it made in America?
This was made in Pakistan.
Yeah, they
But
definitely,
this is
then they definitely lied. Okay, let's let this sit for just a minute.
You're going to break my heart. So bad.
I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. This is a bad part of my job, is having to do this. At least it's real. Like, at least it's real, period. Because I've had people come in here, they thought it was real, they had it made overseas, and like, no, they just got scammed. I would think this is like between 16 and 18, if I had to guess, just based on what I'm seeing here. Okay, so on just this one here, it's 50.2 grams. I'd be at $2,300 for this one right here. If that was pure, it'd be $4,260. So it's that much of a difference.
I can take it back
I would say,
and throw in their face.
yeah, if you can take this back, I would strongly recommend you do that. Thank you. Basically, you guys, let that be a warning. Don't ever buy your gold overseas. Don't have your gold poured overseas. You're gonna get scammed. I hope she can get her money back. But she definitely got hosed. And like I said, there is no way to regulate when you buy overseas. They don't have the same regulations they do here in the United States. And I see it quite a lot, people getting burned. She's the worst I've ever seen, getting burned on that. I got something kind of fun I want to show you I bought. Thank God these did not exist when I was a kid. I can't imagine the havoc I would have wreaked. I bought a full auto BB gun. For some reason, I've been really worried about home defense and defending my store too. And I really fucking do not want to shoot somebody if I don't have to. 1,400 rounds a minute. Those little steel BBs at 430 feet per second, that is enough to break your skin for sure. So, I am very excited. Now, I'm a really good shot, you guys. And it's because my dad, when I was 10, bought me a BB gun, and I feel really bad about the havoc I wreaked with that gun and all the small game that I intervened on its life with. Does this fucking thing work? To be continued. End of the day, I'm dicking around this thing in the parking lot. I'm like, come on, what's going on here? I figured it out. You gotta hold it. Only good things are gonna happen. Only good things. Break into my fucking house. Fuck yeah. Oh, this was such a good purchase. What's going on, you guys? We're Between the Pawn. I'm Evan, and this is me recapping my week, or my last 2 weeks since I've talked to you last, about my life in the gold and silver industry here at St. Louis Park Gold and Silver. So it's actually, quite a lot has happened. So let's just say I had to do some house cleaning. We had 9 people working for me this summer, including myself, and we're down to 4 now. I spent this summer kind of fucking off from the business and focusing on all that I'm doing with China. I needed a break this summer. It's just I didn't realize some things were not going well. And just because I was removed from the situation, I didn't see how bad things were until I kind of poked my nose in couple weeks ago. So I've spent the last week fixing everything, putting out fires, doing damage control, getting everything back on track. For better or worse, it was a really good learning experience for me. The fact is I can't just wave a wand and step away. That's just not how this is gonna work. And I kind of thought I could, and yeah, it's not feasible. Yeah, crisis averted. Okay, here's one thing I will complain about. A lot of stuff got thrown away because it was deemed that there's too much shit, and some of the shit was to the eyes of the untrained crap. And no, it wasn't crap. There was a lot of really expensive stuff that got thrown out. Whatever. Anyway, all right. What else do I want to talk about? I had the shortest relationship of my life. That shit lasted 6 days. I was witness to the worst drug problem I've ever seen someone have by far, and it took me 6 days to realize I couldn't fix this person, and like it's not my place to fix somebody, but I was like witnessing somebody like killing themselves on drugs, and I tried to intervene, and that shit didn't work out, and I was like, all right, sorry, we're done. The first draft of my new book is done. I finished it a few nights ago. I spent today working on editing it. The fact is, it's done. It's 70,000 words so far. That's longer than both of my Nazi Hunter novels. And if you guys don't know this, I am a 4-time author. You can get my books on Amazon. If you read them, please write a review. Honestly, even a bad review helps me. You can also get them on pawnmanstore.com, or you can get them on my Whatnot auctions. I do sign every copy. Also, you guys, I'm gonna be having a huge North Korea sale. It's cool, but we've been sitting on it for too long, and it's not moving as fast as it was when I first got it. So look for the North Korea sale. It'll probably be all North Korea items half off. Look for that. I also might run another really big sale on pawnmanstore.com. So again, please look, keep your eyes peeled for the sale. It will be announced on my Instagram. I probably won't do it here just because of the time delay from recording. Remote deals. Also, you guys, I get this question all the time. I've never stopped the program. If you have items to sell, I am being stricter on what I'm buying. Any kind of scrap metal, any kind. Not computer parts, but anything else. I'm not doing costume jewelry anymore because I don't have an outlet for it because my jewelry person retired. Any kind of coins, I should specify, I don't want modern coins. If you have modern proof sets, I'll take them, but just know like I'm really cheap on them because I don't get much for them when I sell them on the back end. Currency is a tough sell, so you guys are aware. Don't be insulted by my offer, and do keep in mind, I do need to make money. This is a business. This is not the magical store where you're turning your shit for 100% worth. And please reach out to me, clarify with me. Don't just send me a box of stuff, especially if you haven't included your name or anything. Just reach out, clarify, and make sure you have your contact info in the package before you send it. I cover shipping. If you give me a full list of everything, I'll give you an exact total of what you're getting so you know exactly how much to expect. And I'll either Venmo you or PayPal you or send you a check or Cash App. It's got to get here first. I will pay for the insurance too. The shipping and the insurance. So also, if you are a jewelry dealer, reach out to me. I have a shit ton of scrap jewelry. I don't want to scrap it. If you're a jewelry dealer, please reach out to me. I have some great stuff. I'd love to sell you. I'll sell it to you at a great price. It'll be just a pinch over melt. Unless it's like rare stuff. Please don't make me melt it down. Reach out to me and let me know. It's mostly sterling silver stuff. I guess with that, let's get into the questions. All right, question 1 coming in from Philip Peters, 705. My question is about your upcoming trip to China. I know you have many fans over there, but are you allowed to take a gun overseas? Or maybe a security team. I know it would be expensive, but we all want you to be safe. We don't want a copycat of New Orleans. Yeah, no shit. No, I can't bring a gun to China, and I wouldn't do that on so many levels. My safety is a concern. I don't think anything is gonna happen to me, but like, you guys, I get threats to this day from what happened. I am hiring several bodyguards when I go there. Like, I don't think anything's gonna happen. China's a very safe place, and I know I'm gonna be welcome with open arms there, but, you know, I've now publicly, I've publicly stated that I'm going there, kind of given a time, so if somebody doesn't like me. Anyway, let's hope somebody doesn't build a Mad Max shotgun and blow me away. All right, next question coming in from John Von Bass Lake. Just a random question. I noticed that you sometimes ask to see people's ID. I assume there's a legal reason for that. I'm from Finland, so I don't know much about US laws. So there's kind of 2 laws. I don't want to get into the nitty gritty about this. I've talked about this before. Before the lawsuit, the law was any kind of jewelry item or anything over $10,000, you got to take an ID. I still enforce that. I technically, as far as I understand from the lawyer that I spoke to for the state of Minnesota, I don't have to. There was a lawsuit, and if you go back and watch one of the earliest episodes of Pawn Man, I predicted all of this. I wrote our governor a letter and I said, hey, you know, it's kind of stupid that we charge sales tax on government bullion. It dissuades people from putting their money into American bullion, and like, it's good for our country for Americans to hold American bullion. Maybe you should get rid of that sales tax before somebody decides to sue you for something like attack on free speech or infringing rights or something. Guess what happened? That exact thing happened. Somebody sued, some whack job in northern Minnesota sued the bullion department or the commerce department, and they won. So all the rules of the Minnesota Commerce Department's bullion division, this, and again, I am quoting what a lawyer for the state of Minnesota told me. There are no rules right now. I technically don't even, there's no regulations, there's nothing enforceable as far as I understand from what they told me, but I'm still doing that because I'm high profile and I'm an honest business person. Like, I'm not gonna stop obeying the law just because I don't have to, but yes, the rule is jewelry or anything over 10 grand, you gotta take ID for it. I take ID just to be safe too. Like, if I get a bad vibe with somebody, I'll take an ID, and like, if I see they have a fake ID, I'll look at that and be like, well, this is a bad sign. I don't think I wanna do business with you. I do have signs that say ID required. You also need to be 18 years old to sell items to me. So yeah, I do enforce IDs pretty strictly. Question! Lobby your
your local municipality to rename a road Sesame Street. Offer the bragging rights of abducting a child off of it at the next NAMBLA meeting. Tickle Monster Gal.
Hope everybody saw the latest Tickle Monster Gal compilation. Boy, I'll tell you, 10 minutes of that shit is, even for me, that was kind of a lot. Is it stopping? No. No, it's not. Just like the crimes. Tickle Monster Gal says, how many TikToks do you try to record a week? I try to get one out every day. I'm really getting back on that horse. And you guys, I'm also, good question, by the way. I'm getting back on this horse too. We're back to weekly videos, or I'm gonna try my fucking damnedest. So like, I try to do one once a day. This summer, I got pretty bad about it. In fact, I think I went like a whole week without recording anything. And I need to be recording. It's the wheels that make this business go round. Do you guys know that when I first started doing TikTok videos, I was doing 5 a day? 5. So I'm trying to do one a day, so 7 a week, and I'm gonna be recording 2 or 3 a day, just to build up a month's worth of content for China, or for when I'm going to China, because like I won't be able to be posting. Also, you guys, I'm gonna have some videos pre-recorded for here. So I don't think we're gonna have any kind of interruption for the weekly videos here on YouTube. And I'm gonna try to get back to releasing them on Thursday as well. So good question. Thank you, Tickle Monster Gal.
Keep them coming all over those speeches.
All right, next question coming in from Mark Rodriguez. YT3KM says, is there a link to my international streaming? Always good to see your videos. Always good to see you on this page. Appreciate it, Mark. By page, I mean channel. Okay, so if you guys want to watch me on Douyin, I'm usually on every Friday, and I start usually by 8 a.m. Central Time. So if you type in Evan Kale Douyin on Google or any search engine, it will take you to the Douyin page. You can watch my lives without having a Douyin account. So check it out. Again, like I said, Friday mornings, usually every Friday morning, bright and early. All right, next question coming in from Patrick. And actually, I think Patrick asked too. Thanks for all the questions, Patrick. Patrick Griggs, 5408 said, do you have any problems with implants in your body? Like, would you get your car key implanted in your forearm, or possibly, if I lost an eye, put in a camera and a flashlight in its place? Thanks. Cybernetic enhancements are the future, and I would totally get one. I wouldn't get one now, like this Neuralink thing that Elon Musk is doing. Let the guinea pigs die on the table first, and then maybe after 15 years, if it's going well, I might consider it some kind of a cybernetic enhancement. But no, I don't have any problem with it. I think it's inevitable. I think, I mean, hey, I'll tell you guys, I want to live forever. I really do. It's a weird thing to say. Even when I'm suffering, I love life. The only way to do that really is with cybernetic enhancements. Now, we had an exercise, first day of 10th grade in biology. This is one of the best thought exercises I've ever come across. It's called Substitute Sammy. So the exercise goes like this. There's a guy named Sammy, and he gets into an accident. He loses his arm, and then they put in a robotic replacement. And then Sammy gets into another accident a few years later. He loses his leg, and they put in another replacement. Sammy, over the years, continues to get into accidents. Terrible things keep happening to him. He keeps getting sick, and they keep chopping pieces out and putting robotic parts into him. And finally, is his brain. And at the end of the exercise, the question is Sammy still Sammy? What do you guys think? I don't know. Okay, and then his next question, last question. If you guys got questions, please post them in the comment section so I can answer them in the next video. Do you believe in long sentences for people convicted of serious offenses, non-drug related? Yeah, the problem with the justice system, and I'm gonna just focus on the American justice system. I don't believe in capital punishment, because I think it's actually a worse punishment to get life in prison without the possibility of parole and really make you accountable for your crime and what you did if you took somebody's life or whatever. The problem is, there is at least one person right now in death row that didn't do it. It's a fuck of a lot more than one. It's more like probably like 10%. That is so hideously wrong and fucked up. It undermines the entire justice system and why we have it. So it gets messy. I don't know. I'm not a judge. I don't work in the criminal justice system. It's a very complicated issue. What I do think should happen, here's my answer then, I guess, as I'm talking out loud. We need prisons like Norway and Sweden. It focuses on reform. It's not abuse. We need a complete fucking criminal justice overhaul. That is a fact, and the system we have right now is terrible. With that, you guys, if you have questions, please post them in the comment section so I can answer them on the next episode of Between the Pawn. Follow me on Whatnot. It's TikTok meets eBay. It's a huge part of my business. I actually got to get going right now because I got to stream in about an hour. Follow me on social media at Pawnman, all across the board on social media. Visit pawnmanstore.com, the Bullion Club. Get some more people sign up. Everybody's very happy with that. If you've never purchased precious metals, please, for the love of God, buy some before it's too late. The price is continuing to rise. I think we're going to hit $3,000 an ounce on gold by the end of the year. I really do. I think silver's on its way to 40 soon, too. So pawnmanstore.com for the best prices on the internet, free shipping over $50. Check out my books. Again, I got a new book coming out soon. And with that, you guys, I'll see you back here for another great video. Later, guys.